Hey folks, welcome back. You may or may not be wondering why I have a chemistry set in front of you on the always messy workbench. Today, we are going to make our own Tamiya extra thin quickset. This is my absolute favorite glue for building. There are times where you don't want a quickset, but for most applications, I love it because it's easy to use. It doesn't leave any kind of marring unless you stick your finger in it. But it dries it's quickset. It's great. Now, a lot of people know how to make Tamiya extra thin. You can get the material safety data sheets and see what's in them. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about quickset though. So I looked it up and it's really not that hard. You only need 3 chemicals to basically make your own. And for what you pay for this one little bottle, what is this? How much is this cold? I don't even see like a weight or a volume. But for what you pay for this one little bottle, and let's face it, from the minute you start using it, it's getting less effective because as it picks up traces of plastic, it ends up putting it in the glue, which dilutes its ability. If you use it on any painted parts, it will pick up little traces of that paint and dilute its ability to do what it's supposed to do. Now that's just part of the game. You know, you keep using it, and it still works, just maybe not as well. Maybe you have to hold the parts a little tighter. But anyway, every time you replace this, depending on where you get it from, you're paying somewhere between $5 and $10. It's much more cost effective if you make your own in a large batch. So that's what we're going to do today. And to do this, we have 100% pure acetone. We have ethyl acetate. This is the big difference between quickset and regular. And we have methyl ethyl ketone. Now, these can be some nasty kinds of things. You don't want to, when you're working with this little bottle, you don't have a lot of fumes coming up at you. As we're going to mix them together, there's going to be more fumes coming out. I'm going to wear some kind of safety stuff, but just FYI. Now, once you mix this up, when you keep your large batch, obviously you can't put it in a plastic container or anything. So I bought 2 250 milliliter glass bottles. And it was a little bit of an investment to get this whole project going, I'm not going to lie. So this will hold what we're making, 200 milliliters, sorry. To make sure I'm doing it very accurately. Now, when I do Cerakote on things, you have to measure the Cerakote and the hardener very precisely. So I know the value of these graduated cylinders. These are very, very good and they're made to be accurate. And then for transferring stuff into the bottle, I got a glass funnel. Because again, a plastic funnel might just melt as you're doing it. So the big magic formula is not that complicated. It's 40% acetone, 40% ethyl acetate, 20% MEK. And that should give you basically Tamiya extra thin. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make it. Now 40% of 200 is 80. So we're going to add 80 milliliters of acetone, 80 milliliters of acetate, and then 20 milliliters of the MEK, which is why I have this very precisely measured, this measuring equipment. And then we give it a good shake, and it should, or a stir rather, not a shake, because it has a plastic top. We don't want to do that. It should work out. So I'm going to start by measuring out the acetone. It's the first time I've got acetone that's like sealed. I usually buy it from the grocery store or Walmart or whatever, and you just open the cap and it goes. Now you will notice that each of these chemicals comes in a plastic bottle. It's a specific type that is not prone to being affected by the chemicals. I guess you could use an empty one of these or something like that, something like it, if you wanted to, but whatever. I'm fancy. So let me pour my 80 milliliters. And as I get real close, I'm going to put on to make sure I get this exactly, little magnifiers here, so I can see the exact level, what I'm pouring. Told you I'm being scientific. And that is just a hair under 80. Maybe a pinch more. That's good. All right, so 80 plus 80 is 160. So now I'm going to pour the ethyl acetate to the 160 mark. I have a little mask on. You guys probably, I don't know if you can hear the difference. I hope you can hear me okay. I'll mess with the audio editing. But yeah, this thing is sealed very well. I can sort of still smell the chemical though coming out, but just the fumes. Let's load this up to the 160 line. Okay. Now again, I'm gonna balance it on here and pour slowly to 160. Little overspill on my mat. Should be okay though. Oh yeah, the smell of this stuff is pretty strong. All right, I have just a hair over of the ethyl acetate, but that shouldn't affect this too bad. So next we need 40 milliliters of the MEK. And once again, put this on here so nothing evaporates. Now, the way it works is your acetone is really just melting plastic together. It's melting plastic so it can unmelt, rejoin itself as one solid piece. The ethyl acetate is also a solvent that is going to melt the pieces together. It tends to evaporate pretty quick, as does acetone. When you add the MEK, you're adding something that it's another strong solvent, but it has very fast evaporation properties. So the extra thin quickset is basically just designed to evaporate a lot faster, to set that joint a lot faster. And that's what these three chemicals kind of do together in very simple terms. I'm not getting all scientific about it. So all we need to do is now fill this up to 200. We're very close. Let me put on my little thingies. Okay. Again, I got a little spillage on the mat, but I'm not too concerned about that. That's why it's a mat, and we can replace it very easily. Now, we can just let this evaporate. And I have a metal ruler here. I'll use this to stir. Oh, I can smell through the little mask I'm wearing. Some potent stuff. Now this little container should be Tamiya extra thin quickset, but let's test it out. I have an old empty bottle. All right, so it's about 50 milliliters. Let's get some pieces, just some scrap pieces together, just to try to join them. I can even use screw for this. I don't even need to really have pieces. Let's just see if it holds. I'm gonna take two pieces here. Oh my gosh, we have made extra thin quickset. Awesome. Now, the batch I've made up probably cost me about, let me do some quick math, about $3 worth of, you know, all of it together. And I've got a whole bottle now of Tamiya extra thin quickset, and it is set. It's good. I love it. So $3, and if this is at about 50 milliliters per bottle, I don't know what the exact thing is. I'm looking at the measurement on here because I know we mixed up 20 milliliters. That means for $3, I've got 3 bottles of Tamiya extra thin quickset, as opposed to the price that you may pay for it when you order it. I live near no hobby shop, so I have to order everything online. And that's just what we mixed up in this one batch. We can probably do 4 or 5 batches with all the different, you know, amounts that I have. So that's awesome. So anyway, I thought this would be cool to do, save myself some money, and maybe somebody out there in model building YouTube land wants to do the same thing, use the same glue. I love this glue. So for those of you more scientifically inclined than me, better at science and math and all that stuff, or just you know more about the chemical, please do comment. Correct anything wrong that I've said. Let's make sure everybody has the best information. But otherwise, thanks for spending some time with me for this experiment. I'm really happy. For everybody out in YouTube land, keep building them, build them well, and I will see you again in another video real soon.